This is Marco Wu from eprogrammer.com. I'm going to talk about what you need to know before applying for a PhD program. Number 1. Why do you want to be a PhD? Now, some people think to be a PhD is very cool. Some people think the research is interesting. Some people may think because they don't know what to do in the near future. Your target is very important. Why do you want to be a PhD? Nowadays, it is not good to just only have an undergraduate bachelor degree. It would be good to have a master degree. But do you need a PhD? Number 2, will you get funded? Some schools may provide funding to PhD students, so you don't need to pay for the tuition and you also have the stipends. Now, you need to know, even you don't have to pay for the tuitions, but there are some service charge that the school may ask you to pay for it. And also your stipends is very low compared to what you get if you get a job in industry. Number 3, do you have a PhD advisor? You can find your advisor before you apply for your program. That is something that you need to know. Find your advisor first actually could have some advantage. Number 4, does your PhD advisor graduate all his students? Some advisors may be very bad. The student may leave with a master's degree or without any degrees. Most of the time it's because the advisor give you funding. They consider you work for him. They don't consider you a student. They are not going to help you. They are not going to guide you. You need to think about the professor, the advisor. They get the money in. They give you funding. And the reason is, those part of funding, they cannot earn it. They cannot put it into their pocket. They have to find a student to work for him. So you are going to facing a boss, and they are like the advisor. If it is not nice, they don't guide you, then you could be in a big trouble. Does your PhD advisor plan to leave the school? Some advisors may actually plan to leave the school, but they still take new students. Some advisors, they are not good people. They have their plan, but they only consider themselves as a part of the plan. They don't consider the student as a part of the plan. So if your advisor leaves the school, then you may not be able to graduate, and your PhD program is at the middle of nowhere. You don't know what to do. It would be a big trouble.
If your research or engineering projects are falling behind, eprogrammer.com can help you get them back on track without exploding your budget. Let us know what you need. You'll find relief here. Visit eprogrammer.com. We can help you.
Number 6, how many years does the school allow to keep a PhD student? Now, this question is quite funny because why do I care how many years of the school allowed to keep a PhD student? Some school, famous school, they can keep students for 20 plus years without giving them PhD. In US, The system is after you earn your bachelor degree, you can apply for a PhD program. Let's think about that. If you spend like 10 years in your PhD program and your advisor doesn't want to graduate you, what is going to happen? You are going to quit with like 10 years stay in school, no industrial experience, no other experience, and only with your bachelor degree. Are you happy with that? It would be a pain trouble. Very, very, very painful. Because you waste your life. It could be 10 years. Now, it is not joking. If you do some Google search, you see like some PhD student trying to like kill the advisor, kick the advisor in those famous school, and then they go to jail. Why? Because the advisor are not good. The advisor doesn't want to guide them. The advisor have funding or for some reason like money support them and then consider them as a slave. So that could happen. Number 7. What can you do if you finish your PhD in your field? Students think they can become professor easily, but it is not the truth. The key reason is that in the past 10, 20 years, there are more and more PhD students. And at the same time, there is not too many new university opening. Now, so what it finally happened is the student graduate with a PhD. 40 years ago, they may directly become a professor. 20 years ago, they may need to finish one postdoc to be a advisor, to be a professor. Nowadays, they may need to finish 2 postdocs, and also they need to have the funding themselves to self-support in order to be able to become professor. So what that means is you need to at the end you need to like stay longer and longer as a postdoc. At the same time, you need to bring money into the college in order to become a professor. Number 8. What if your degree does not work out? You could easily spend 2 to 5 years and could not graduate. Now, after you spend let's say 4 years in your research, are you willing to give up that 4 years? Or are you going to spend another 4 years? What are you going to do? So if it doesn't work out after 4 years, what are you going to do? Can you look for other job? What kind of job can you get? You at that point you are maybe like 25, 30 years old and without any industrial experience, just like a fresh grad with a bachelor degree. So what are you going to do if it doesn't work out?
If your research or engineering projects are falling behind, eeprogrammer.com can help you get them back on track without exploding your budget. Let us know what you need. You'll find relief here. Visit eeprogrammer.com. We can help you.